I think we're live.
Yes, we are.
Hello.
Yay.
I'm so
Hello.
excited.
Yeah,
How's
it's
my
been forever.
how's my audio? I hear myself echoing over there.
Oh,
Am I
no.
okay overall on your end?
I hear no echo.
Okay. Okay, good.
Hopefully
Good.
nobody else does either.
So
Oh,
it's
here it
been
says YouTube now live on your channel. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I went live. It sent me an email alert because I said notify myself. It notified me.
oh,
Yay, I'm getting better at this.
yay, that's awesome. And so
Oh,
we have lots of friends here already. Marie's here. Marie
yeah.
gave us a lovely mod reminder to keep the discussion mainly on topic. And I
Mhm.
appreciate that. Thank you, Marie and Gary. And Marie is in a cabin in the middle of the woods in Sweden.
I know that sounds amazing. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I agree. That would be fabulous. Oh my goodness, I would love that. And then
Thank
Charlie,
Charlie. Hello.
Lori.
Yay.
Yes. Yay. Hey, hey, we're
That's
here.
so awesome. So many friends today. So
Yeah.
today I'm really excited because, as you know, Anne Marie, I love to talk about MLM coaches on my channel. And I've
Mhm.
been covering a lot of John Melton. He's one of the guys in this video. So when you said, sure, we can do this video, I was really excited. And
Hey,
I think it's a good video, and I think you'll have stuff to add to it.
I think I will too. For
It's,
sure.
it's a really interesting video. It's with John Melton and Eric Worre. And
Yes.
Eric, apparently, according to John, he's the best MLM coach ever.
Yeah, the one in the world. And well,
Yeah.
I know Jessie Lee has passed away, but she said she was the one who was the number one marketing in the world. They can't both be it. So I guess now he is basically, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really so sad that she died. I'm trying to wrap my head around that too, with the cancer and stuff. That's just
Of
so sad
course.
because she's young.
Obviously, like condolences to her family and her loved one.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's so young. It was just so heartbreaking. And yeah,
Hmm.
that's all I can really say about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's awful.
Condolences to everyone. My thoughts are with them, right?
Hmm. I
Yeah.
was wondering too. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I was just wondering if they were going to have like a really big funeral because I'm not that far away from Frisco where she lives. And
Mm.
I was just wondering if they do have an actual funeral, I bet you there'll be thousands, at least 1,000 people there. I bet you it'd be huge. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious if I find out about it, but I don't know what they're doing because it's none of my business. Basically,
Yeah.
it's not.
Marie said I'm a bit too far south for getting a good northern light. So
Oh,
I'm
when
very
we were in
excited
Alaska,
seeing the northern lights.
yeah, aren't they all the best coaches? Yeah, when we were up in Alaska for the my niece's wedding, we were so hoping to see, the Northern Lights, but we never did. It
Mm.
didn't happen. And what was really cool, so I don't know how high up you live, but what was really weird because I was never in Alaska before,
Mm-hmm.
and it was still light at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
That was the weirdest thing. You kind of were losing track of the time of day. And then a couple of times we ended up just, oh, let's go eat dinner or whatever. And it was 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
I never eat at 10 o'clock at night, but there it was really, really different. But no, we never got to see the Northern Lights. We didn't get to see a moose and we didn't get to see a bear. The
How
three
did
things that we really wanted to see. Anyway, hello, Jenny Rose.
Jenny here? Hi, Jenny. So, do you want to get up the video
Sure.
in the format that we practiced? Or, yes, there
This
you
one.
go.
Woohoo.
Look at that.
I'm gonna be a what you call it, what's that word, a
Professional.
professional. I can't even think really soon. So is everyone ready?
And this is a
Ready?
very recent video from 4 weeks ago. And it's the network marketing wake-up call we all need to hear.
Yeah, that's why I put that in the thingy there that you're gonna be a quitter or a millionaire. Which are you?
I
Yeah.
know.
Well, let's find out. Well, he looks like he's yelling, but he's not.
No, he's
Okay. Are we ready? Oh,
yes.
live in Sweden, so it's never really dark in the summer and then no light in the winter. Oh wow. So that's almost like Alaska then. That was an experience.
Yeah.
Never really dark. Wow. I can't imagine living like that all year, but I think it would be interesting to try. I really
Sure.
do. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
How many of you know and love Eric Worre? Just the #1 network marketing coach in the history of network marketing. On today, the author of GoPro, we're going to be talking about a wake-up call for those of you in the home business, network marketing profession. We're going to keep it real today. So I'm excited, especially for those of you that are really looking to capitalize on this next quarter. You know, I think there's a really important conversation that needs to be had right now, because how many of us have noticed it's a little harder than it was a year ago to build our home business? Maybe 2 years ago, it was a little easy. We got a little lazy. We got a little comfortable. Well, Eric's been in this profession for over 3 decades. Not only was he a 7-figure earner and built an incredible business when he was in the field, but then he retired. And what I love about him being out there coaching and training and speaking for all these companies is he has a very unique perspective.
Is how can we grow your business?
He retired.
He retired. So a lot of these MLM coaches were apparently had big success in MLM, and then they retired from there and started to coach. John Melton, he's still in Modere now. We were looking at Marina Simone potentially for this video, another MLM coach. She's in Modere too. I think she's somewhere in his downline. So a lot of these coaches still build. Yeah, he mentions her in this video. A lot of the coaches are still actively, I don't know how active, because if you're John Melton at the top of Modere, he probably doesn't have to work that much.
I wouldn't think so either.
In my opinion. I have a question for you. Why do we think that it was easier to build a network marketing business 2 years ago than it is now?
Because everybody was home and it was COVID and everybody wanted something to do.
And everyone was scared and people were losing their jobs. People were worried about leaving their homes, so they were trying to work from home, right?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And acting like it's like a good thing for us, for the MLM industry.
Well, for them it is.
Yeah.
I guess for them it is, because they're getting people to join. And what the scary part about that to me was too, is when people are joining like during COVID and whatnot. So if they've lost their jobs, they need that money for their family and themselves. They don't need it for an MLM. And that was really an interesting thing for me to realize when people were joining them so much, because we spend a lot more, and we know, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okie doke.
How can we help you have a breakthrough? How can we help your teams have a breakthrough? Momentum's kind of a funny thing inside of our profession. Shows up sometimes unexpectedly. It disappears sometimes unexpectedly. In momentum, there are earners created. People are earners, but there's not necessarily leaders created in momentum. Leaders are created through adversity and through necessity, but not when the wind's at your back, and everything's easy. Leaders have the ability to gobble up market share when it's not super easy, and all you have to do is just be having a chat with somebody and everybody's joining. The very interesting thing, I'm fascinated with data inside of our profession. In business, they have these things called KPIs, key performance indicators, inside of every business. One of the biggest KPIs is recruiting. There's really 3 phases of a network marketer's career.
Don't even hide it. Key performance indicator, like the indicator of your success. Recruiting. So it's not even how you treat your people. It's not the guidance you provide. It's not the sales that you make to actual customers. It's the recruiting. I just find that hilarious. They don't even hide it.
At this point, I don't think they could, but some still try to. They do. Yeah. And Marie, and anti-MLM is getting a new energy after all that with the people that joined during the pandemic, is what I'm thinking. I totally agree with that, because people are figuring it out, or some of them just really took off, but not very many people are able to take off, especially when the company's been around, like Mary Kay. On September 13th, it was 60 years that she was around. And, there's no way in anymore for a lot of them.
I was going to say something else. Did you hear this a lot in your MLM experiences? Leaders are born through adversity.
Well, actually, I don't know that I've heard that ever when I was getting training. Them saying, I don't recall that one. There's a lot of things that they say that are the same, of course, but through adversity, I can't say that I've heard that. It doesn't mean I didn't, but it's not coming to mind. But I understand where he's going with that for sure. And through adversity, well, that means that you just pounding people harder, I guess, in network marketing.
And it could
That's
mean
the way I look at it. I'm sorry, what?
Sorry for interrupting you. It could mean too, like half your team just left, and your paycheck's now cut in half. Oh well, you're a leader. You got to go through adversity. Leaders are going through the hard times. It's normal. Like, well, no, it's not.
No, and you can't depend on knowing that you're going. It's like having just a regular sales job, like people have in, like if they have in stores or even car salesmen and stuff. They're dependent on their commission. They're, you never know what kind of month you're going to have.
Exactly.
So I think that's how this is. You never know how you're going to be able to, support yourself. To me, it's nuts.
Exactly. Okay. I'm ready if you are.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Phase 1 is from 0 to 10 recruits. Now, understand, I'm not saying that recruiting is all we do. Right. Actually, the only way we get paid is when product sells to a customer, right?
Okay, that's what he was saying. That is baloney. It's not when you get paid when you sell to a customer, because you've already paid it. So depending on, I didn't mean to stop it so darn fast.
No, it's funny. It's true. Hi, DC.
Oh, DC, hello. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and just don't give up. More don't give up. Exactly what Charlie said.
Exactly. So he was saying stage 1 in our network marketing is 0 to 10 recruits. You make your money. What did he say? You make your money when you recruit or something? No, customer. You only make money when you sell to a customer.
Yes. And that's a very smoky sentence, meaning, because you're the customer.
Exactly. Charlie just said that. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the consultants are the customer. Oh, I was so mad when I learned that, but we all have to learn somehow, right? Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yep.
Okay.
But if you want to reach more customers and make more sales, you've got a kind of one of 3 choices. Either you can be a super influencer and have this be famous and tell people to buy your product, and you just have to grind and sell some product, make some money. Or you train a few people how to be hyper amazing social media rock star influencers, and you and a handful of people go make those sales. Or you help thousands or tens of thousands of people around the world with varying skill levels do a little bit. I will tell you where you get leverage, because I went through all these phases. I learned how to do it myself, and I was the only one on my team. I had to recruit everybody. I mean, literally, I just told everybody on my team, just introduce them to me. I'll do it. Just bring them to me. I'll do it. And then I was like, no, I have to have a better plan. I need to get 10 ninjas, 10 amazing superstar, people. And I trained those 10, and about, once a month, one of them would die on me. And I'd have to, so I was in the ninja replacement business. I was just replacing ninjas constantly.
Well, I didn't mean to stop on that, but yeah, he was saying about that the people fall out. Oh, hi, Kirsten. Hello. And Chew. I didn't see that person either. I'm sorry. I'm trying to say hello to everybody.
You're good. You're good.
Well, recruiting, and then they fall off and then they die. Well, he's meaning that obviously that they don't make him any money, and he's constantly in his little ninja business or whatever, but that's how it is consistently. I know when you get really, really high up, it's a lot easier to not have that happen to you, because now it's happening to everybody down there that's not going to be able to get extra recruits anyway. So, one thing that's really different. Okay, so with the recruit people, years ago when I was doing MLMs, lurking and working, Clown Town, hello. Years ago when there was no internet. Yeah, I'm that old. So I know it's still so weird to me that we never had internet and we were okay. We had to do everything by hand. And,
right.
You would have to talk to people or phone call them and say, oh, would you have a party for me? And then you were in charge of sending all the invitations out, taking everything over there and all that stuff. And it was very hard to get people to join too, unless the company was new. And what I've seen, though, even having the internet, it seems like it would be a lot easier and faster to get people, to recruit people. And my experience, unless I'm just not supposed to ever do MLMs, which I agree, it was just as hard. People weren't just signing up out of nowhere. It just did not happen.
Wow.
So however they, I just actually came to that conclusion. I just figured that out, that,
That's a cool
yeah, it was,
conclusion. I like that.
yeah, it's the same both ways. So the internet really didn't help me personally. So I don't know how other people are doing it, but yeah, it really didn't make a difference to me. Nobody wanted to join anything anyway. So
Wow.
yeah, so the recruiting of the ninjas and stuff and constantly doing that. He said he's the only one that did that. But then if he's starting out by himself, of course he's the only one doing it because he has to build his team. Duh. Anyway.
Those at the top might not have to worry about replacing their people, but I'm just thinking whoever recruited John Melton into Modere, if John and Nadia leave Modere and bring their downline with them, then whoever is John's direct upline will have to do that too. So it's less likely that someone high up would have to do that, but they still might need to. And he's told us in the past when he went from it started with a V. His last company was V something. And he was saying to his downline, we're not going to tell you to come, but we love you. And there's a space for you here. So he was cross-recruiting, but he wasn't cross-recruiting at the same time.
Yeah, and you're definitely not allowed to do that. They don't like that. So
he told us he did.
Oh, Potato Supreme. That's cute. Hello.
I love
yeah, you're
that.
definitely not allowed to do that. So then I was just going to ask a question, darn it, about him being in the Modere thing. You said V. Was it Monavi?
I don't remember.
Well, I tried that too.
The AO? It was closed down for being a pyramid scheme.
Oh, then I don't know because Monavi is still going. Unless they're closed now, I don't know because I haven't looked into it. But
yeah, I don't know. I used to know, but I don't remember.
Exactly. We're getting old. No.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Constantly. And then I just said, wait a minute, what really works in network marketing? Where do I get real freedom and leverage? That's getting a lot of people to do a few simple things consistently. Oh, okay. Now we can talk about freedom. All right. So back to the 3 stages in every network marketing career. Stage 1 is the path from 0 to 10 recruits. 0 to 10 people. Now, let me define recruit. A person who has the intention of building a network marketing business, of growing a team, not just people who are using the products and get glorified customers. You know what I mean? Because, I signed up 50 people. Well, 49 of them are just customers. Come on, let's be real. 10 people who have the intention of building a business. That's the group, phase 1. Phase 2 is from 10 recruits, the path to 6 figures. And that is this, how do you go from part-time to full-time? Now we have to learn some skills. We've got to develop ourselves. We've got to become something of a leader. We've got to put some systems together. We got to do a little bit more. Phase 2. Phase 3 is the path from 6 figures to 7 figures and beyond. And it's a completely different skill set. And there's no shame in being a 1. Honestly, my first 3 years, I built and rebuilt my team 7 times. And I was just the only one ever doing anything. I didn't have duplication. I didn't have multiplication. Fast forward 12 months, all of you 1s.
That's a red flag. In 3 years, he rebuilt his team 7 times.
That's
why? Why
that
do you need to? If this is such a brilliant opportunity, why do you need to rebuild 7 times? And also, Anne-Marie, stage 1 is 0 to 10 recruits. How many people even get 1 recruit? How many people get 10 recruit? No one. Unless
I ever got was my sister. We went back and forth with each other. So, and then, that's true. Charlie, what he was saying about this Charlie, that could be a guy or a girl. Do we know?
I'm not
that
sure.
could go either way because we used to watch. Because we just watched. We always watched that Charlie with the little girl. Her name is Charlie. She's adorable. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the show, but anyway. So, about the MLMs on the internet. That's true. This actually that is good for this to let people be more aware of it. The stats of companies, consultants, and how many percentage of dropouts. I think that probably 99% drop out. I would think that it's totally, on that end. You want to know, we should see if we could figure that out. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget, but I think that's something interesting to look into to see what the drop-off rate is of people. I like that. They don't ever come up to the 1. And what he said about glorified customers, I actually find that insulting. And Because if you only sign up to want to be a customer, he made it sound like it was a negative thing for you to be a glorified customer. Well, so
who cares?
Exactly. If I'm buying your product and it's going up the line, what do you care? But they care because you're not recruiting. So they're really making nothing on you, and you could just go away. They don't care.
If I was in Eric's downline and I was only buying products, then I would still be benefiting Eric a little bit less, but he would still be making money off of my purchases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It would be a little bit because it would just be what we're buying per month. But yes.
Yeah.
And that's true, Kirsten. You spend years trying to get 10 recruits, and he had to rebuild because they all left. Yep. And most people can't even get 10 people. You're lucky if you get one.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And you get 10, but then they all leave.
Yeah, they do. And I just keep thinking of that swirl. The one that sticks out in my head the mostly is the one I learned in Mary Kay, where you picture a bathtub and you see the swirling water going down the drain. I know. And then the ones that go down the drain, that's the ones that are, they're leaving and they're not going to do you any good anyway. So you just keep refilling with the people who are going to do something. And I thought, years ago, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I guess I could look at it that way, but then that's insulting.
It is. What if they're your friend? It's like, just let your friend go down the drain. And Elaine, it was Carl Deichler, I'm pretty sure, because I saw that in a DC stream. Oh, Carl Deichler called Beachbody coaches. Wasn't it an unsophisticated volunteer sales force? If DC's still here, she can tell us. I'm pretty sure it was Carl, CEO of Beachbody.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not nice either.
I know. How rude.
Yeah.
And, I was right. DC said I was right.
Oh, cool. Okay. I just saw this. Oh, show. You know what? I forgot that I can do this. I kept doing that when I'm, going on it. Anyhow, yes. Only the great Eric was doing anything. And I was thinking, well, how narcissistic of you. But I think he is to a degree, of course. Everyone else is just sitting on their butt. Yeah, that's.
And then DC said, Carl Deichler called his distributors an unsophisticated volunteer sales force when he was speaking and reporting to the investor group.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not nice.
Oh, good. I figured that out too. So,
yay.
And I'm thinking, oh, that's right. Yeah, unsophisticated sales force. He was speaking and reporting to the investor group. Okay. That's just rude. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're still a 1 12 months from today, what are the chances you're going to be building a business with your company versus just being a customer? Because some of you you just be a customer and hang out, enjoy the environment. What are the chances that you're going to still be around, pounding your head against the wall? The chances are very low, right? So my mission is to take as many people that are willing, hungry, and coachable and get them out of level 1. Because I believe once you're out of level 1, then you're like in the starting blocks. You can imagine a race, where they get in the blocks to go do a 100-yard dash or whatever. You're on that starting line. You're ready to go. But 1 is like your orientation. 1 is like your initiation. 1 is like your training camp. 1 is getting 1 done is critical, because if you don't, you're gone. I know that. You know that.
Now, Eric, can I also ask you a quick question? Now, of course, we have people on here from dozens and dozens and dozens of different companies.
Sure.
Sorry, because I know he's going to go into a really long point, and I just want to say this before we let him talk. He's saying 1 is the starting point, 1 is the training camp. How crappy would you feel if you follow Eric religiously and you can't even get 1 recruit, let alone 10, and he's telling us like we're not anywhere near our goals unless we have 10, unless we get out of the 1 to 10 group. I would feel crappy.
And you always do. That's true. Because when they have the fast starts and all that stuff to say, oh, if you do this in 30 days, I would never make it. Never. Not one time ever would I make it to what they do with their fast starts or whatever they call them. And then at the end of it, it's like, you know what? You only had 1 chance to do it, because that's what they tell you. It's only the 1 chance because they want you to get the momentum to hurry up and then start recruiting more people to build fast so that you don't leave. And I was never able to do that. And again, like you said, I just felt crappy.
Yeah.
Because I was a loser. That's exactly how you feel. It's true. That level 1 is what
Yeah.
pays the top. Yes,
The
that's
people
true.
with 1 to 10 recruits. Yeah.
Yeah, and if
Exactly.
you get stuck there, then you're stuck. And
Mhm.
you're lucky if you get stuck with 10. I mean, that's
Exactly.
okay. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Someone said that the number of recruits. Okay, if you add up all the persons that joined divided by the total number of distributors. Okay, the Sweden. Forgot the English word is 5.
Wow. I remember that. Someone saying somewhere that the average amount that someone recruits over their lifetime is 5. Their whole
I
life,
didn't.
even if they spend 8
Wow.
years in the industry. I heard that, but I don't know who said it. I don't know who said it. Interesting.
I
Interesting.
never heard that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now, if you know that up front when you start, you're not going
Would
to
you
start.
sign up? No.
No, definitely not. I sure would not. Oh my.
So this is going to start to be an interesting conversation here, which is why I wanted to get my point out before he starts talking. I think
Mhm.
it's interesting. The dynamic is interesting. So, are you ready? I'm ready.
I'm ready.
A lot of
Yay.
people are obviously from our organization, our company.
Yeah.
And one challenge that we've seen is that a lot of these people are actually making really good money just getting customers, which is amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting, paradigm shift, right? Over the last 5-6 years with social media, getting customers, getting customer referrals, getting complete strangers to go to your link and buy is an awesome thing, but it also takes away from the need and desire for people to recruit. So I would love for you to talk about that, because I think you're hitting the nail on the head with the 10.
Right. Here's the real deal, John. Being in business for yourself has become a little bit sexy. You got all the influence houses. Hey, you go to business for yourself. You can do all this stuff. But most people are being sold not a business mentally. They're being sold a job. Don't work for somebody else. Work for yourself, but you're still trading time for money. Gary Vaynerchuk will say, go flip stuff out of people's garages from garage sales. Great. I mean, yes. Can you make a few bucks? You can make a few bucks. Drive an Uber. You can make a few bucks. Rent out your extra bedroom in your house. Have a stranger live in your house for, a period of time. You can make a few bucks. Decide you're going to do web design.
Right.
Great. Make a few bucks. No. I'm going to do affiliate stuff, and I'm going to go find somebody who has a product that's really good, and I'm just going to push that product for them. Great. Still trading time for money. Why did you join network marketing? Did you join network marketing for a job or for a business?
Isn't it funny? He's kind of talking down on those other actual side hustles that you could work as an actual side hustle and make some money. You might not make $1 million driving Uber, but you can work it actually when you want. You can accept the rides that you want. I think. I don't exactly know how Uber works, but you can accept rides when you want to.
Right.
And you can actually make some decent side cash. But
Yeah.
why are we shitting on actual side hustles? Did you hear that a lot in MLM when you were in?
Oh yeah, because you're led to believe that you're working for yourself, and obviously you definitely are not. Where are we? Oops.
You're
Sorry
working
about that.
for yourself more in Uber than you are in MLM. You're still a contractor, but you have more control over what you do in Uber.
Right. Because you're telling them when you want to work. And they
Yeah.
get all the customers because people use Uber. So
Yeah.
you don't have to do any of this recruiting stuff or anything. They get their own customers, and then you just say, okay, fine, I'll drive today. And, or not. And when they keep saying, we're going to hear it a million more times, I'm sure, not just today, but in general, is when they keep saying you trading the time for money. That really aggravates me, because even if you're doing a job, say if I make a quilt for somebody, okay, and they're going to pay for all of the fabric and everything, and then pay me a little for my time. Okay, well, then they're still paying me to do it. And yeah, it's trading time for money, but everything is trading time for money when you do a service or a job. So I don't understand why they keep saying that in the affiliate marketing. When he was saying that, affiliate marketing is totally not network marketing, but the way he said it make it look like you can make a ton of money, being an affiliate marketer, but you can't, because that's totally different. You get a small percentage. It is nowhere even near the same ballpark. So when he says things like that, it gets under my skin. It really does. And yeah, nobody's making money just from customers. Definitely not. And
They like
not
to
everybody
say
wants to.
in Modere, he said before, John, one on the left, has said you can make money, good money, just with customers. He said that a lot, and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's true.
Yeah, I
Laura,
don't
do
think
you mean people in MLMs are still not business owners, or people in Uber, driving an Uber? Either way, Laura, you're correct. Yeah. Hey, Mario. Because they don't explicitly say, yes, exactly. Exactly. And I would rather have trade my time for money and actually make money and actually be valued for my education than pay to volunteer for an MLM, right?
And it is all volunteer work, and it's exhausting volunteer work and it helps no one, nobody. It helps the high up, but it doesn't help you or anybody else. And when leverage, I'm wondering, MLMs or Ubers? Yeah, okay. Ubers.
Yeah, both aren't business owners. I was just saying, if you're an Uber driver, you actually have control over your time. You
right, because you're a contract.
Yeah, you can actually say, I'm going to drive from 11 to 3 every day, and then I'm done.
Yeah, and it's like being a consultant, like when you're going to work 3 months, for somebody or whatever, it's just temporary. But yeah, with the Uber thing, but yeah, MLMs definitely is not the way to go. And I don't know why when he was saying, you get leverage or whatever, that doesn't sound right. That's not, to me, sounds like a red flag. It's like, okay, what kind of leverage do you mean by that? It's like putting one over. Oh, what?
That just means a team. When they say leverage, it's kind of like duplication, in my opinion, because he was saying, you can just sell the products yourself, or you can get 10 ninjas who also sell the products and bring in distributors, right? And so that's when you have leverage. When you have your team duplicating your behavior.
Okay, I took it as something that makes total sense, and I'm positive you're right. But to me, it just sounded like a little sneaky. When he's saying leverage, to me, it makes me think, what's he going to pull over on me? I don't know. To me, that was just a sneaky word.
And why are we calling humans leverage too? Because them losing money is giving us leverage, is helping us make money. That seems unethical.
Yeah, and it's really not nice. And they understand it inside and out because they do this all the time.
They know,
and they're at the top. So there's no way they don't know. There's just at some point they just don't care. They just want to make the millions of bucks. It'd be nice to make millions, but what are you going to do with it all?
And John's a little bit different. I'm torn with people like John Melton, and I like Fraser Brooks a lot. I like his personality. I think he's funny. And I'm like, okay, I would like you in real life if I met you at work, but I can't stand what you're doing here. Because John, I wonder how many people in his downline in Modere are losing money and then going and paying him for additional coaching and losing money again. Because you're just re-victimizing already financially vulnerable people. That's all it is.
You do pay for their, well, I've mentioned that before when we were talking about Mary Kay. You do pay for, what they supposedly are going to teach you to be an exclusive in their group and all this other stuff. You're always paying them something. And that shouldn't be, because if they're training people, they shouldn't be charging you for it because that's part of their job. So, yeah, that's a bunch of malarkey.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Yep. Okay.
To trade time for money or to get leverage. And look, a lot of companies are kind of going down this affiliate model because some people are being sold, hey, I'd rather trade some time for money and get it today than try and figure out this leverage thing that I can't figure out. If it is to be, it's up to me. I'll go sell everything. I'll trade time for money. That's most of the hustle businesses out there. One little lady in our family, she makes crochets hats and mittens and scarves and sells them on Etsy. Does she have a business? Well, technically, but if she's not knitting those scarves and putting them on Etsy, is she making any sales? Or is she making any money? No, she's not. She has no freedom, really. She's limited by her reach. She's limited by the number of hours.
Sorry, little lady? Fuck off, bro. Little lady? That's
Mhm.
so condescending. I wanted him to get his point out across, but that just made me mad. And why are we shitting on Etsy now? She has control over her product. She has control over the prices. She can do whatever she wants. It doesn't matter that she has to make the product because she's being creative. She's being
Right.
a creative person.
And she loves making them, obviously, because being creative, you like to do all these things. And I know DC knows that because she does a lot of that stuff, with the
Yeah,
crafting and all that. You enjoy doing it.
exactly.
So yeah, that's not very nice of him. And the person who's selling on Etsy, making these little crochet things, doesn't he think that she's gonna know he's talking about her if she sees this?
Exactly.
That's really rude. That's
He
very
did.
rude.
So I'll actually let him talk for more than 30 seconds. Sorry.
Okay, Eric, that is a real business, not a contractor for a large corporation, correct?
Charlie, I don't know. Great question.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I could. Okay. Yeah. And then leave crafters and Etsy alone. Yes, exactly. I agree with that. Yeah. The sociopath thing, we can go way off on a tangent with that because I have my own thoughts on that too.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we can finish this first. You ready?
Yep.
Hours she can work. And that's what most people, the thing that makes me sad is I get firing your boss, working for somebody else, work for yourself. I get it. You should do that. But if you just trade a job outside of network marketing for a job inside of network marketing, it's like somebody who could be an Olympic athlete who is somehow tied their ankles together and is hopping around while they could be running. And here's the thing, if you can sell, we could teach you how to recruit. Most people joined, and I know this, you joined because you thought that you might be able to grow a team. But then maybe you realized it was harder than you expected. And then you went, you know what? I'll go sell some stuff. And companies are rewarding you for selling some stuff, which is great, fantastic. And then others are saying, no, listen, my heart is about getting the product to the most people. So I'm just going to focus on selling. If your heart is really around reaching the most people, how many people can you reach? What if you got 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 people to help you? Could you reach more? You could literally reach the whole world if you build a team. If you wanted to build a business and get leverage, you wanted to be able to have residual income. You wanted to be able to earn from a lot of people doing a little bit versus you doing a lot, then I can help you. And the second thing I just want to share is there's a huge lie going on in the world today. And I'll tell you about the lie and then I'll give you a confession. Here's the lie. Only do what you love. And if you only do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. What a crock of nonsense. What a...
I just saw we have a lot to talk about. I wanted to give him a second, but Marie said, can we drop each other's channels? Each other's channel links. I'm just dropping yours. We talked about this and we haven't done it. So there's yours. So if you can go just scroll down to the most recent comment, you can put yours up. And then all the friends in my chat can go click on that link and go subscribe to you.
Okay. And are you going to put yours or no?
Oh, I can put mine too. Sure.
Okay.
And then you can highlight both.
Oh, duh.
You know? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that one's. And
thank you, Marie, for that reminder. So if you're on my channel, this is Anne Marie. We didn't even introduce ourselves. We should do that next time.
We sure didn't. Oh my gosh, we just assumed.
We just jumped right in. So yeah, anyone on my channel, this is like on Anne Marie's channel, and I'm her guest on her stream. So you can go and support her and like give her a like and watch some of the stream on her channel if you want to. That would be nice. Next time we'll introduce ourselves.
I can't believe we didn't.
Whoops.
Oh, I know. Income disclosures. Yeah, that would be nice to see as well.
What is your thought on how he's talking about John's question about building an income with customers? I feel like maybe I'm thinking too deep into this. John was asking a question that was very sincere. Like, what do you think about people who can make a real income just selling the product? And then Eric's kind of talking down on it. He's kind of saying, if people just want to sell the product, they're in an employee mindset. They're just trading time for money. I think he's insinuating they might be a little bit lazy too, because they just want to focus on their sales and not teaching other people how to sell and recruit too. And because that was a sincere question that John had, and I feel like Eric's kind of shitting on him indirectly.
Oh, I didn't leave this up long enough. Sorry.
That's okay. You're good. What do you think? Am I overthinking that?
No, I think you're right. He was asking it to get him to give an answer regarding that, and I don't think he did either. He was just, he is a very condescending person, in the what you call it? Yeah, Eric is beyond condescending. In the chat, that's the word, in the chat. Gosh, this is just crazy to me.
You're doing great.
And then not working a day in your life. I don't like what he was saying about that too. Some people enjoy their jobs. A lot of people enjoy what they're doing. There are people who don't. I mean, if you're just going to get a job that you don't like just because you need money right away, but then you can do that job while you're looking for the job you really like. And then once you get that, then you move on, but at least you're getting a little income in the meantime. And that's just, I guess, not dedication, but character. Reality, character. Yeah, exactly. That you're willing to work when you have to. And if you don't have to, you can still choose to work, but you do what needs to be done when it needs to be done, kind of a thing. And
I think we've all got a lot of jobs that we don't like, but we just need to work them because we need money.
Yeah, money to live. Exactly right. And here, we all know it's a silly, I love my job, but I still go to work every day. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense to me either when he's saying that. But people have said that, if you do what you love, you're not going to work a day in your life. Well, it all depends. I mean, you still, I'll zip my lip.
I have one more thing, and then we can move on. If we're
okay.
ready. Tell me it's a pyramid scheme without telling me it's a pyramid scheme. He said, if there's someone in MLM who just wants to sell the product, it's like an Olympian tying their feet together. Why are you so against someone making a living in MLM just through sales? It's not possible, but say if it was, why are you against it? You're against it because it doesn't benefit the uplines as much.
Right.
Because the uplines want you to have 1,000 people in your downline.
Yeah, they want you to keep people coming in.
Yeah,
that's all they care about, because then, I get higher on up.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
A big pile of baloney. That is not true. An Olympic athlete doesn't only do what they love. A prima ballerina doesn't only do what she loves. A top-level musician doesn't only do what they love.
Okay, now, that bugged me. I won't do that again, but that bugs me right there, because if you want to be a ballerina, you're going to love being a ballerina, because that takes a ton of dedication, hours and hours and hours of practice to be in shows and stuff. If you didn't love it, you couldn't be a ballerina.
Do you think he means that a ballerina doesn't love the hours of practice?
I don't know. I probably took it wrong then, because I was thinking where he was saying that. I lost my train of thought. So maybe the hours of practice, they probably don't like all of them, but some of the practice they probably enjoy, but not all of it. But doing the show obviously is 100%. And what was the third one that he said? Oh, a musician. That one, I find that's probably out of the category for what he's talking about, because musicians are musicians because they truly love being musicians. And I think they enjoy the practice, because like all these, like the old bands, like the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin and all these people, Guns N' Roses or whatever, even, Ozzy Osbourne and them, they loved what they were doing, still love it. Well, he can't do it anymore, but still they loved it. And then they loved being on stage. So I don't think it's fair to say musicians, do they really love being musicians? Yeah, because they're musical. That's what they do. So he's telling a lie, if he wants to get so technical and say about the lies. Anyway.
And I think,
go ahead.
I think when I love hockey, like most people in Canada do, I'm thinking of the women's Olympic team, right? They practice, like, building up to the Olympics. They live together full time and train for 6 months, and then the final roster gets set, right? I've read books from people who do that process, and it's miserable for them physically, mentally, but they love it still because it's part of the process to get them to
Mhm.
their goal, to get them to the Olympics. So, yes, they hate it at the time, but they wouldn't change it for anything because that's what they need to do. So,
Mhm.
if you're a professional with a goal, you're going to do the whole thing. You're going to like the
Mhm.
whole thing because you want to be the best.
Right, right. And this is true. He's literally picking careers that you have insane passion for and dedicate your everything for it. That's exactly right. And then even here, Sandra was saying that you have
Yeah,
to love what you're doing. Otherwise, you're not even going to enjoy your practice. You can't do it.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
what he's saying is he needs
Wrong.
to rethink that a little bit. But I
Exactly.
don't know. Yeah, he's way wrong. So I had
Yeah.
to stop it because that really kind of got me when
You're
he's
good.
saying that just makes me mad. Oh, okay. Y'all set?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're willing to do it because the payoff on the other side is strong enough to pull them through the pain. Here's what's happened as a result of this lie that's being told by billionaires. It's being told by influencers, all these different people. Oh, do what you love, do what you love, do what you love. Tell them the truth, billionaire. Here's the truth. If the payoff is big enough, be willing to do what sucks. Embrace the suck in order to be able to get to the result that you want to have. And now here's my confession. My confession is I never, ever got comfortable recruiting. I'm not comfortable with it today. I can do it. I'm world class. I can recruit any day I want, anytime I want, if I wanted to. I'm not actively building the field, but if that was something that I wanted to do, it would be no problem. But they told me if I did it enough, I'd get comfortable with it. And that wasn't true for me. What happened was if I did it enough, I'd become good at it. Yep, I became good at it, but I never loved it. It was necessary for me to be, because I love this. I love camaraderie, build a team, work with everybody, have fun, see somebody develop, watch somebody have a breakthrough, see somebody change their life and help other people do the same. I loved all that. So I was willing to do the thing that made me as a kind of introverted person, more of a quiet person. I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but get out of my shell because I knew there's only so much I could sell and I needed money like oxygen. So I watched what the successful people did and I learned how to do that and I figured it out. So here's what I do. Here's why I'm saying all this to all of you. Some of you have gone, oh, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. Oh, this is not fun. All of a sudden it's not fun. I don't know why it's not fun, but because it's not fun and I'm not loving this, I'm going to do less because everybody tells me I only do what I love.
Pause. Oh, you paused.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry.
I did.
I was like, because I heard a noise, but it might have just been the computer or something. He said, I'm not actively building. Is he still in an MLM? Because I
Eric
feel like,
Worley?
yeah, is he? Because when I hear people say I'm not actively building, oftentimes it means they're still in their spot on the top of the pyramid. They are still doing the absolute minimum to get a paycheck, but they're still making a brilliant living off of their downline. So I wonder, Eric, are you in an MLM, sir?
Was he ever?
Yes, at some point. I don't know
It's
which
like,
one he was in, though.
ooh, we have to do some digging.
Yeah.
To find, yeah, I'm curious what he is. And have you noticed, okay, the introvert thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I kind of went like this. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're not an introvert. A lot of them say that because if you tell them, oh, I'm really shy, so was I. I was too. I'm an introvert, but this really helped me come out of my shell, like he's saying. That's baloney. No, that's just not the case. Being an introvert is everybody is not an introvert who's in network marketing.
Yeah.
It can't be possible. Some people, I don't know if they are. Maybe they're not. I don't know, or maybe they are. I have no idea, but. I don't think introverts can really do well in an MLM because you don't talk to people then because you're shy,
I
quiet.
think maybe an introvert who can pretend to be extroverted well, right? Who can just like, okay, I just need to socialize with these people for a bit and then I can go home and relax. And then they're able to just be outgoing for a bit. Because if you knew me in real life, you would not think that I would be a person to go on the internet and not only talk to a bunch of people in our chat, but also talk to you because we haven't met in real life, right? But we've chatted a lot and we're comfortable together and stuff. But like I'm not the kind of person you think I'd be able to do that, would be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think a really introverted person could go into MLM and just like fake being outgoing and still
They
have
would
success?
have to fake
I don't
it.
know.
To me, that would be very stressful to have to do that.
Oh,
To have to-
ambiverts. That's what it is. Kirsten, is that people who are extroverted and introverted at the same time? I've heard that before. I'm going to Google that.
I've never heard that.
I think that's kind of what I was getting at. Ambivert.
Really?
Yes, it's a balance of extrovert and introvert features. Yes.
I did not know that
That's
was
what
a
I was
thing.
trying to get at, but I couldn't remember that there was a word connected to it.
Mm-hmm. I only thought there was one, you're one or the other, really, because you dominate more than, one than the other. But in the middle, I'll have to check into that too. Yeah.
It's just trying to be relatable, as you said. And sure,
Yeah.
maybe an introvert can go on YouTube and do a live, but I don't think a true introvert could go on a stage in front of like 5,000 people and excel and give an amazing talk. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. I was insanely shy and I went into retail to suffer and learn how to talk to people so I can go on in customer service, but introverted at home.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's hard to have a job like that when you're a very quiet person because I can see that. Oh, hello, good evening.
Hi, Carrie.
Hmm.
Okay. One more thing. Sorry. What was it? What was it? I don't remember. I had a point. I'll tell you if I remember.
Oh, okay, because I was just going to be quiet so that you could think. Okay, y'all set that?
Yes, I'm ready.
So I'm not loving this. As a parent, do you only do what you love when it comes to raising your children? Probably not. I faced my fear and I finally learned how to recruit. So this was phase one of my career. I learned how to recruit myself. What I've learned is there's only so many Nadia Meltons. There's only so many John or Marina Simones that can just go out there and be bigger than life personalities. And, we could teach you 8,000 different fancy tactics, but here's what I know. If you're in level one, those tactics freak you out. They overwhelm you. They make you feel like you can't do this. So I want you to have success without confidence. Mm-hmm. I want you to have success even though you're afraid. I want you to have success if you feel like you don't know anybody, or you live in a small town, or you failed 15 times and you need to relaunch. If you don't have skills, you don't have confidence, you don't have belief, you don't have any of that. Now, if I could tell you, I could take you, if I moved into your house, right? And I say, I know you're afraid, I know you're scared, but let me help you to get through level one. I promise you, I could help you get to level one. And we get there pretty quick, doing stuff that you can actually do. But here's the arc quickly. You need to find prospects. Pretty easy to find prospects. Just somebody to talk to. Then you need to start
I remember what my point was. He's comparing having to do everyday things that we don't really enjoy, but just doing them anyways, versus us feeling uncomfortable about recruiting or thinking it's unethical or immoral or that we're doing something wrong. He's kind of comparing them, because if he's telling us, oh, just recruit your spouse, and you don't want to, you don't just get over it and do it anyway, because sometimes as adults, we have to do things we don't like. No, it's you telling yourself, well, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be tricking my spouse into my MLM downline. They're not the same thing. He's just trying to normalize the cognitive dissonance that I'm sure a lot of people feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. Introverts recharge by a long time. That's true. That's true. I can still do my job, which involved talking in front of loads of people. That is very true. Yeah, you have to recharge, because otherwise you would probably go insane, because that is difficult to do. And then him talking about parenting is nothing like an MLM. Parenting, that's not even in it. Everybody knows when you have kids, you're going to have days that you just want to slap the crap out of them, but you don't, or you just want to tape their mouths shut. I mean, these are all terrible things, but you're thinking it in your head just so that, okay, I can get through another day, because sometimes they have really bad days. And then if you have a colicky baby, that is so hard. And you just power through that, but you do it because you love the baby. That has nothing to do with any of this stuff because that's your baby. So parenting has nothing to do with this either. He's making all kinds of crazy comparisons.
Because one thing is, if you don't do your job as a parent, your kids aren't going to be alive. Like the lives of your children rely on you doing your job. In MLM, everyone's fine if you don't recruit 200 people. Your upline will be fine. Your upline, their life is not in danger if you don't recruit.
Exactly. And then if you're not recruiting, they're not going to have anything to do with you anyway, because you're not showing to be a star. So yeah, they won't even talk to you basically because you're useless to them.
I hate that so much.
At that point.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
A conversation with those prospects. Then, this is big, you need to learn to pivot that conversation from a regular conversation to a business conversation. This is where most of you fall apart. And there's a little bit of elegance to it, but every single one of you can do it. I'm going to give you exact on Saturday, word for word, specific scripts on exactly how to pivot that conversation in a way that doesn't feel awkward and strange and doesn't send people running away. From that pivot, you're going to make an invitation for people to learn more, not from you, but how to leverage things that are not you in order to educate that person about what you have. This is key. For those of you level one that don't feel confident, or you haven't had a lot of success, or you're worried because you're not making a lot of money or haven't been able to build anything yet, don't worry about that. It's not necessary. So you're going to need to make an invitation, and then you need to do a presentation again that's not about you. When I say do a presentation, let me rephrase that. You need to have the information presented to your prospect in a way that they can understand it, and it's not about you. Sounds like a magic trick, right? Is this even possible? Yes, the answer is this is possible. Then after the presentation, how many people join the first time they see something? Do you think they join normally first time they see something, first time they get the information? No, they don't. It takes some more exposure. So after the presentation, you need to keep the conversation that you started over here. You need to keep it going. And in that conversation, learn how to lead them to the answers to their questions, lead them to the answers to their objections, understand more about what it is that you have by continuing keeping the conversation going. And then you need to
I was trying to wait for a good spot to pause. I did a video called 3-Way Calls with Brian or something. He's an MLM coach, and I actually found out he's in Legal Shield too. So because a few of my people were seeing if I could do a video on Legal Shield, so I might do one with Brian. But he told us, don't make it about us when we're presenting to prospects. Get a third-party expert, aka our upline, and make sure to do the presentation. Make sure you ask all the questions, know all the pain points of your prospect so you can tell your expert, and then your expert will lead. Your expert will lead the call. So it's kind of the same. Like he's saying here, Eric is saying, direct the prospects to the pain points and the answers that you want to hear. And I don't know, I just find it interesting, the parallels between the different approaches.
Yeah, because it's a fake conversation anyway. I mean, you can make it sound real because he's a good salesman. But you know that you only have the intent of wanting to recruit them. So you're pretending that you want to be their friend, and you're pretending that you're interested in what they're saying when you could really care less what they're saying. It's just they want to get you to the point of loving them and trusting them and say, oh, yeah, fine, I'll do that with you, kind of a thing. He's just very snaky.
And what if you are someone who doesn't have a lot of friends, can't really connect well with people? You think someone actually cares about you, and then maybe you come across a video like this and you're like, wait a second. So when my upline was telling me all these nice things about me, was it just so he could know my pain points and bring me into the business? Like, did he actually care about my childhood? Or was he just pretending to? And that's sad.
It is.
The MLM sorry.
No, just they only have one goal in mind.
Exactly. The MLM definition of edify is not the right definition of edify.
Yeah, that's what they want you to do, though, for sure. It doesn't even go together.
If you Google what edify means, I'll do it quickly here. Edify. Edify definition. Instruct or improve someone morally or intellectually. So you teach someone an important religious or moral lesson, but they like to use it as like talk them up.
Yeah. I really didn't. That's actually what I always thought it meant, that you're nice, you say something nice about them or put them up here so that everybody else will think the same as you do, I guess. I didn't realize that. I thought that's what it meant as well. Huh.
No, I think what I realized, I was like, wait a second, I've heard this word before and it's not the way they're using it. And I Googled it and like, oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I take it the exact same way as Anastasia does here.
Yeah.
Exactly the same way. Because I never looked it up because I thought, well, people say what it means basically by lifting somebody up.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
I guess. Yeah. Very, very.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Elegantly and professionally ask a few questions that will lead them to a decision. Are they in or are they out? Okay. That's the arc. Find prospects, conversation, pivot, invite, present, continue the conversation, and enroll. And I learned how to do this in my first 3 years in network marketing, but here was the problem. None of my people were doing it. So I could recruit people, but they would just sit there. I still just had a job. If you're just selling and you're just recruiting by yourself, it's still just a job. Yep. I'm trading time for money. Pull me out, it all disappears. So it took me 3.5 years to go, whoa, wait. What do the wealthy people do? There's this thing called duplication. I need to teach my people how to do what I learned how to do. To be honest, I wrote this book, Go Pro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. It's all about skills. Honestly, I was so hungry that I was willing to learn the skills. Here's the secret that I've just realized in the last 3 years. I've been in this profession 35 years. The last 3 years. We need to have a skill-less process for a person to be able to get 10 recruits. Think about what happens if that occurs. Because if I can help you get 10 recruits, here's what I know. Now we can start working on skills. Now we can make.
What's your opinion on that? A skill-less process to get someone 10 recruits. You've been in the industry. What kind of skill? I'm going to put you on the spot, if that's okay. What kind of skills do you think one would need to recruit someone into an MLM? A lot, right?
Public lot.
Sales.
Yeah, him saying that it's skill-less, that is not true. That is not true at all. And when they feel that you don't have the skills, your upline, like he was saying way earlier, he was the one who would be called in to be the third person and just give them to me, and I'll recruit them. That's how it's done until you learn, what they're saying to do it. But I don't know, it just feels wrong. A lot of it when you hear what they're saying and how they're trying to push people into things, and it's just bad. I don't know, snaky or sneaky, however you want to put it, just very slimy. Yeah. In doing it that way. So yeah, he wrote a book called Grow Pro. I wonder if he really wrote it.
Probably not.
He has ghostwriters. I don't know.
He's making it seem easy when sales is not easy, because you're not just trying to sell a product, you're trying to sell an opportunity. People have to go through, like, if you're a salesperson in a real company, you go through training. You're going to have your boss like listen in on your sales calls for the first little while and give you feedback, because it's a skill that not everyone has.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marie. Yeah. That's so nice. Yes, like the streams on both channels if you don't mind. I just think it makes me mad to hear that, because sales is hard. Not everyone can do it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, mostly people who do it actually like it because they just love, they like the debate and the art, they love that. And they may, not for Eric. Yeah, being scummy is very easy for him. That's right. It's a skill. I believe that.
Yeah, like it comes naturally for Eric. Comes naturally for all of them. Even Fraser, who, if I met him in real life, I'd be like, oh, he's cool.
Yeah, he's very entertaining.
He knows what's happening.
Yeah, and his accent really helps him.
Right.
he's just funny, and he's always doing the background thing when he's talking and stuff to show you all the beautiful water back here. Look where you can be.
Good observation. When he's in Dubai, he'll stand on his balcony showing the beach in the back. He's like, "Oh, I'm in Dubai." I'm like, "Go away." And sir,
Yeah.
did you make your money coaching, or did you make your money with your downline? Because he's only 33 years old. He's young.
He's only 33.
Yes, he's.
Wow.
So why did you leave MLM so quickly? If it's so fruitful, why did you leave? Why aren't you still building? Right?
Yeah, I really didn't realize. I didn't really pay attention to, how I would think what his age is or anything. Oh my goodness, he is young.
He's young to be an MLM coach for sure.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Look what Marie said.
I'm sorry, what?
I just said, look at this comment.
Yeah, nobody in your downline learned to recruit because you even then was a kind of butthole. Yes. Yeah, I agree. I bet he comes across that way like this. So if he's trying to, I could bet you my last dollar that if he was coaching me, I'd still get nobody because I wouldn't be able to follow his tactics. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. So if he wouldn't be able to, do that in my head. He's just, they like people who are really moldable, I guess.
I love that.
Yeah.
Or who, what am I trying to say? Or moldable or susceptible to other people's opinions and wanting to please people around them and just listening to people so you don't cause problems, right? People pleasers.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah. One thing about Eric, I love his suits. I think he always looks so sharp. Look at that. Yeah. He looks so good, but I hate everything he's saying.
Yeah. No, he definitely buys expensive clothes. You can definitely tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could, like I said, I could bet you my last dollar he would never be able to get me to recruit anybody, no matter how hard he tried, because I just wouldn't be able to do it. And I would really give him a run for his money. All set?
Yes.
Okay.
Take that burst. Now we can start to create a career, and we can go from the job of network marketing to the business of network marketing and start this transition from part-time to full-time if you choose to. It took me 3.5 years finally to teach my people, and then to teach, and then, oh, okay. And then over the course of the last 35 years, it went from highly skilled to little less skilled to medium skill to low skill to no skill. Can we help people get success with no skills and full of fear?
It's really the missing link.
Yep.
Really the missing link. If that average part-time brand new person can recruit someone, simplifying, because it really is the hardest part, is simplifying this process for the average person with no experience and no influence.
What would happen if in the next 30 to 60 days, you personally were able to add 10 new business building recruits to your business? Personally sponsored, not on the whole team, personally enrolled, 10 new people who have the intention of building a business. Now, not all of them are going to, but let's just start there. What would happen to your business? What would happen to your confidence? What would happen to would you rank advance? What would happen to your income likely from the sales created from all of those people going out there and sharing and launching their businesses? What would happen to some of you? Like, I can't get my team to go to work. I'm working, but I can't get my team to go to work. You know what, get your team to go to work? You go bring in 10 and tell them how you did it. That'll get your team to go to work.
This drives me bonkers. He knows the answer. So, what would happen if you could recruit 10 people? Well, chances are everyone watching has not recruited a single person. So if they could recruit 10, they may actually make a little bit of money. Even if all those people leave, they're still going to make a little bit of money. They're probably going to feel like they can actually find success. Why am I getting annoyed? I find myself so annoyed at these coaches because it's a scam within a scam. And I get so heated. I'm frustrated. Because he knows the answer, because he knows everyone's struggling and no one can recruit anyone.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree. Completely. I agree.
And what is this My Lifestyle Academy /challenge? This is kind of an old video.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at that. My Lifestyle Academy.
/. challenge. Is that Eric Worre's recruiting challenge? Oh yeah, GoPro recruiting challenge.
Is it?
So maybe Eric was advertising his GoPro recruiting challenge. Because I think someone did a video on that. Who was it? Was it Julie Joe who did a video on it? Someone did.
The recruiting. I don't know. I didn't realize that.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. He's pulling on our emotions by getting us to imagine how we'll feel with 10 minutes, and then he's going to pitch us his challenge. How much does it cost? Let's see. How much does it cost? $17. So not that much.
That's it?
Yeah.
Then what are you buying? That sounds dirt cheap for something he's doing.
It's just a 3-hour training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's not bad for 3 hours, I guess.
Not. But I feel like they would use that to try to upsell. Like, oh, you liked my $17 training? What about my $5,000 training?
Oh yeah, because you're not leaving there without dropping the real money.
Of course.
That's for sure. When you're really sold on the idea, you actually get some extra power to recruit people.
Exactly.
Believe the dream. Yeah, and that's true. You always think that I'm gonna make a nice business. You don't. For personal coaching, what a waste. Yeah. So they do one-on-one too, I bet you, but that's probably thousands of dollars to even, get near them to do that.
We've looked at some MLM coaching stuff on my channel. Have you heard of Rob Sperry? He charged like $12,000 for his coaching.
No, I haven't.
People, Sarah Robbins.
Oh, her, I know the name.
$10K for her Made to Multiply mastermind. They charge outrageous amounts, thousands and thousands.
And I don't even know if it's really worth all that, but
it's not.
See, they kind of talk like politicians in a way too. They make you think you heard something. And to me, they should just be politicians already, because that's the way they speak to you in the circles and stuff. And like I said, they really make you think you heard something, because oh my gosh, yeah, it's just such a farce.
Yes, exactly. Let's finish. We're so close.
Yeah, we're almost there. High control group are really good at damping your critical thinking. Yeah.
Great point, Marie.
All right, y'all set?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we are so close. We have like what, 30 seconds left. Okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
They're gonna go, well, dang. I'm watching my leader. They haven't been doing much, but they just brought in 10 people. And then just tell them how. This is the key to turning your trading time for money experience inside of network marketing into a business that has leverage and scale. Leverage and scale, exponential growth, where it's not all about you.
Do you want to put it at that when we're both beside each other and we can chat?
Yes. And
remember how? Yeah. It's so dark in my room now.
Yeah, it's dark here too. Summer's leaving. It's getting dark earlier now, which is kind of like a boo, but that's okay. I really want the hot 100-degree weather to go away.
I was telling Anne-Marie before, it was 6 degrees Celsius this morning when we were riding our bikes to work. So it was a little cold. It was a little chilly. I love what you said about them sounding like they're politicians, that it seems like they're saying something really profound. And when you think about it, you're like, well, what did they actually tell us? They didn't tell us anything.
No, and you don't figure that out until you give them the money, and then you go home, and maybe a couple of days later, or maybe even sooner than that, you're like, wait a minute, what did they tell me?
What did I learn? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Exactly right. Nothing.
And I have a question for you. And I think you've told us before, you didn't really have an experience with MLM coaching, right? Were you ever pitched MLM coaching from maybe outside of Mary Kay, like a Ray Higdon or Eric Worre?
Oh, no. Because I had nobody. I would be like one of the little people that nobody would ever hear of, in that. But I guess the top line people, like the national sales director, for Mary Kay and stuff, they're the ones that will train you, because I did it with her, of course. You have to pay them to do it. They're not in the thousands yet, but I guess when you keep paying little by little, it's just kind of like, nickel and diming you, I guess, to just get extra training that you can just do on your own.
How much were the trainings? I know you've told us this before.
Yeah. It depends on if it's like a 1-day thing, they'll charge you like $25. But then if there's more like I don't know, like a few weeks or whatever, the one that I was paying was $199 for that one. So you would meet every week for a month or two, whatever it was, because you had to learn how to do the end of month stuff. And that's where it really, really, that's really where I learned what it's all about at the end of the month. It is not good, not good. So I was very disappointed about that, but I was really glad I got to learn that. So it really helped to learn how they do that, and the pushing to get people to, to do whatever by midnight. It's ridiculous.
We could do a whole video on that if you want.
Oh, I'm sure we could. Definitely.
That could be our next one.
Yeah. And I actually even had an idea. I was kind of pondering it. You know how they have like all these little mastermind live events or all these mastermind classes? What I think would be a lot of fun is to come up with a fake mastermind, meaning instead of it being a mastermind to teach you how to coach and do all this other stuff, it would be more of like a parody type thing of a mastermind, an anti-MLM mastermind to teach you. I know. I was thinking about that actually for the past couple of weeks. I'm like, how could I do that? How could I turn that into something? So I don't know. I'm really thinking about that because I think that'd be kind of fun to just, have your little advertisement of what your, mastermind's going to be. It's a bunch of hooties. So yeah, we got to show that. Oh, thank you, Marie. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out because I think it would be fun to do.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. You have to pay for your own training. Yeah, you have to pay for everything. And it's expensive, buying all of the supplies you need. You have to go to the back office and you have to buy all the supplies from them. You're not making a cent. You're just not.
For your Mary Kay training, so you said they're $125 or $25. Could you say no?
Oh, then you won't go.
Like, if you say no, will they judge you? Will they be mean to you?
No, because they don't ask you. They let you know what they're doing. Then they watch who decides to start coming in for trainings. And then that's how they could tell who they can try and get to, move up and get more recruits. So it's never a pressure to do that. They just make you think you need it and you need their special, their special skills. And that's how they do it. They watch who comes to any of these trainings and stuff, and then they try to work on you.
Interesting. And it's not technically the same as the coaches we just watched because they're within your own company, but it's very similar because they're charging you a premium. They're making it seem like they have this special secret that you need and that you are a real business owner if you go to the training. And that's interesting.
Yeah, the trainings, years ago, obviously there was no internet and all this other stuff. Again, we would have to meet at the top of the mastermind, how to lose money in your MLM. That's a great topic. Oh yeah, that's a great one. And then that's a fun idea to do too. Have an AI generate a sarcastic mastermind. I don't even know how to do that because I know some people are saying that they put in something and then it types out a paper for you or something. I have no idea. I've never done it and I don't even know how you do it. I would have to do it on Alexa and ask her how to do it or look it up somehow. But I don't even know how to do that, but I think that would be fun to do. So when you would go to the meetings every week, they encourage you to bring people, to come and stuff so that they can work on them while you go and you do something else. So, and they charge you for that because they rent out the last one I did when we were living in Crystal Lake was she would rent out this room in a bank. You can rent out their little conference rooms and stuff. And that's what this one sales director was doing. And you just pay the $5 or $10, whatever they charge every week. And then they, like I said, encourage you to bring people. I could maybe 1 or 2 times I got somebody to come with me, but you never can get any because they know what's going to happen. You're the only dumbbell who doesn't know. You know what I mean? Not that you're, that we're dumbbells or anything, but you really think you're doing something, and it's just really awakening when you figure it out. I mean, it takes longer for some people like me, but once you figure it out, you're like, oh my gosh, how did I fall for all of that? But then that's what a scam means.
Yeah.
So
You're
people get
tricked.
cheated at all different ages. So it's
Exactly.
just what they do. Yeah, they're just not nice people that do that scamming stuff.
Especially these coaches who know exactly what's going on.
Mhm.
John
Yeah.
Milton knows everyone in his downline is not making any money, and he knows everyone purchasing his extra coaching is also not making any money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they feel good about themselves doing that.
I
I don't know how they separate it. But
Mhm.
there has to be like earlier it was saying something about like a sociopathic mind kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That there's a few brain what was I going to say about it? There's a couple of brain tests I would love to see. I would love to see how they would compare when you have like a pathological liar and a regular person who's more, who won't lie, it's like a more moral person, as opposed to some of these, people who are out to get you. I would love to see what the scan, when they put those little things on your head and whatever. I would love to see how the brains are different, how they're wired differently. I'm so curious about that. And I'll never be able to do it, obviously, but it would be a very interesting experiment if that was done, and maybe it is done somewhere. I don't know, but I think that would be really, really cool to figure that out and see
Yeah.
how the brains are different, because they have to be. Because in some people, they have to really put down their the conscience that that doesn't build all the way, and then they tend to be more trying to take advantage of people, kind of a thing, because conscience, that's a big deal, because if you have a conscience, you're not going to want to kind of, I guess, trick people, you
Exactly.
know so yeah, I'm very curious about how the brains look. Really, I am. But again, never be.
I think I might be done. I don't think I have anything else to add. Do you?
No, but I think I've talked a lot.
Yeah, we both have.
Just moving away.
Yeah, I've also been yapping a lot too. Don't worry.
But it's fun. It is. It's
fun
fun.
to talk. It's fun. It's been a while since we've gotten together, so it's been
Oh
nice
yeah.
to chat with
Yeah.
you. And we had a lot of people, which is awesome, like Charlie and Marie and
Yeah.
Esteem, all these
And
friends to watch us.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it was fun. I love the conversation.
it
But
was
yeah, I
so
was
cool.
gone pretty much the whole month of August, being, in, Arizona by my daughter babysitting, and then, in Alaska for the wedding. And so I was all over the place, but I was glad to be back home too. But Alaska was beautiful.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
this has been, so good. Great. Oh,
Yay.
thank you, Kirsten. I'm so glad that you guys had fun.
Yay.
Oh, good. And then the mastermind could be. Oh my goodness, funnel cake. That's hilarious. That would be, yeah.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you remember? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, I have to work on that a little more, because I think that would be totally fun to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's think about it. We'll probably need more than just two of us, though.
Oh yeah, we would. Yeah, and I'm sure that some of the
Friends.
people would love to do it. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I think so too. Do you remember how to end the stream?
It says it up in the right-hand corner, end stream. So I'll end the stream, but I don't want to cut anybody off. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Have a great evening too.
Yeah.
So I guess then, that's it for this evening, and we'll definitely have another one.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. This was awesome.
It was great. I loved it. All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye. Bye, everyone.